New restrictions on businesses announced today mean 4 counties at the heart of the metro are making changes.
Now, the restrictions differ depending on where you are. So let's start with Wyandotte County and Eastern Jackson County. The two issued the same order. Starting Friday, restaurants and bars have to close by 10 p.m. and can operate up to 50% capacity. Indoor customers have to be seated and masked, and restaurants can't allow parties of more than 8 people.
Entertainment venues, recreational facilities, and the like must also operate at half capacity, and that's only if social distancing is achieved. If not, occupancy must be low enough to fulfill 6 feet of separation between the guests. Masks are required in those settings as well. Public gatherings are also restricted to 10 people. The rule does not apply to schools, churches, weddings, and funerals. And as those new rules came out, Kansas City, Missouri releasing its own set of rules, some of which mirror and some of which are different from those of Wyandotte and Jackson counties. Restaurants and bars have to close at 10 p.m. and so do all other venues, including event spaces like wedding venues. Both indoor and outdoor patrons at venues have to be seated and in parties of no more than 10 people. Occupancy for all venues now capped at 50%. Fitness and recreational facilities must also follow the capacity rule, and everyone must wear a mask in any indoor space with at least 2 people in the room, and any outdoor area where social distancing cannot be achieved.
This isn't the first time businesses have been forced to adjust in this pandemic, but this time around, they're prepared.
41 Action News reporter Jordan Betts talked with 2 business owners who are ready for the new order.
We consider this to be a partial change, partial shutdown in certain social activities that are occurring in Kansas City primarily.
COVID-19 is requiring more adjustments.
You will see that restaurants and bars, we have a recommendation of closure at 10 p.m.
That is just one of several new orders that are being put in place by Mayor Quinton Lucas. Other guidelines include indoor gatherings capped at 10 people and 50% restaurant and venue occupancy.
Really did change the way that we did business on a daily basis, and it actually worked for us.
Heather White with the Russell says when the first COVID-19 rules came out, they crafted a whole new business model that included curbside pickup, and it's working. Now owners are glad they did it then, so they don't have to readjust this week.
I'm confident that we'll be able to ride this next set of rules out, only because we haven't changed since March, and these are very similar to the rules that were implemented in March.
This is our main section.
Over at the beer station, owner John Couture says they had to change everything day one due to the pandemic.
We shifted outside and expanded our patio and leaned into that throughout the summer, spring, summer, and fall. And just have people coming in to get beer to go.
After he made changes in the spring, he too says these new guidelines won't affect him. What will affect him? If cases continue to rise and businesses have to be temporarily shut down. Something he says will be hard for anyone to bounce back from.
It's the biggest challenge I've ever had in my life. And for our staff, just trying to keep people employed. It's been incredibly stressful. But I'm sure that everybody else is feeling that too, and it's just something we all have to try to work through.
The new COVID-19 orders will go into effect at 12:01 a.m. on Friday. Jordan Betts, 41 Action News.
Restrictions may also drum up another memory for business owners, the struggle to stay afloat and the hoops to jump through to get some help. That need hasn't gone away. The National Federation of Independent Business surveyed entrepreneurs 2 weeks ago. About half of them said they anticipate a need for additional financial support over the next year. Roughly 3 out of 4 would consider applying for a second Paycheck Protection Program loan if it became available.